In this tutorial, you'll learn how to use selections and layer masks together for ultimate efficiency and flexibility when you want to cut out people or things so you can use them in another image. I'd like to add a layer mask around this dancer so that I can hide the white background around him. Because this is a pretty complex subject, it would be difficult to paint a layer mask around him, so let's start with a selection instead, and we'll turn the selection into a layer mask. Go to the toolbar and select the Magic Wand tool. For this example, in the Options bar, leave Contiguous checked. Click with the Magic Wand anywhere on the white background, then hold down the Shift key and click on any bits that didn't get selected originally. Next, invert the selection so that the person rather than the background is selected. To do that, go up to the Select menu and choose Inverse. And if you're wondering why we didn't select the person in the first place, it's because it's usually easier to select a solid color background than a more complex subject. Now, here comes the important part. We can use this selection to automatically do our layer masking for us. With that selection active, go over to the Layers panel and click the Add Layer Mask button. That creates a layer mask on this layer that automatically includes white wherever there was a selection and black where there was no selection. I'll make that layer mask bigger for a second so you can see that. Because on a layer mask, black conceals and white reveals, the black paint on the layer mask is hiding the background from view in the image. And it's doing that in a way that remains editable. Now let's add this dancer to another image, a design that we have open here in Photoshop. Notice that I have a second tab at the top of the document window, and when I click that, you can see the design that we're building. Make sure that you've clicked the tab of the dancer image, and then go to the Layers panel and click on an empty part of the dancer layer. Keep your mouse held down and drag all the way from the layer up to the tab of the design document. Keep your mouse held down and move into that image and then release your mouse to drop the dancer and his layer mask into the design. Now to scale and position the dancer, press Command-T on the Mac, Control-T on Windows, and drag any of the corner anchor points in, and then click inside the boundary and drag the dancer into position. Then press Enter or Return on the keyboard. Because we used a layer mask to isolate this dancer from his white background, we have lots of editing flexibility. For example, let's say that I really don't want this little hoodie tie in the image. I'll move over to the Layers panel, and this is important. I'll make sure that the layer mask thumbnail, not the image thumbnail, has a white border around it. Then I'll go over to the toolbar and I'll select the brush tool. And I'll make sure that black is my foreground color. I'm going to press X on my keyboard to switch the background and foreground colors there, so black is in the foreground. And then I can just click and drag over that hoodie tie to remove it from the photo. And I'm just hiding it on the layer mask. I'm not permanently deleting it, so I could change my mind and bring it back by painting with white there. So that's how and why to use selections and layer masks together to isolate a person or an object, so that you can bring them into another image or even replace a background.